The emergence of players like Mbappe, Endrick, and most recently, rumors related to Alphonso Davies is making many Real Madrid fans think about a Galacticos 3.0. If you look at Real Madrid's squad for next season, it deserves to be a dream team that every football club would aspire to have. As a new Galacticos era is being shaped, fans reminisce about the golden age of Galacticos 2.0 with the iconic BBC trio and a midfield lineup that contained every possible component. In today's flashback, let's revisit the Galacticos 2.0 era, from its inception to its downfall. When Perez continued the Galacticos policy during his second term as Real's president, he was severely criticized, including by FIFA President Sepp Blatter and UEFA President Michel Platini, who both said it was a crazy policy that would ruin football's structure and lead nowhere. However, every policy has two sides, and its success or failure depends on how it's implemented, the timing, and Perez's ability to learn from Galacticos 1.0 when he constructed the second generation of Galacticos. With a more selective purchasing strategy and a focus on maximizing commercial value from superstars, Perez helped Real Madrid succeed both on the field and financially. Perhaps fate led to Galacticos 2.0 having a context similar to the first era. In the mid to late 2000s, Barcelona entered its new golden age with revolutionary tiki-taka football that swept across the football world. In the 2008-2009 season, Pep Guardiola even achieved a historic treble with his team. In contrast, Real Madrid was in a period of decline, which was the reason Perez officially returned to Real Madrid after defeating Ramon Calderón in the club's presidential race. After being appointed for a second time, Perez asserted that he would bring miracles to Real Madrid in the shortest time possible. As such, he aimed to bring at least 3 superstars in his first year, instead of the previous approach of acquiring 1 superstar per year from 2000 to 2006. Los Galacticos, or the policy of prioritizing superstars to turn Real Madrid into a galaxy of stars, has always been Perez's guiding principle in leading at the Bernabeu. However, from the start of his second term as president of Real, this policy had a significant shift. The first stars Perez brought to Real in 2009, like 24-year-old Ronaldo and 27-year-old Kaká, were at their career peaks. According to Marca, Perez had determined that Real needed players who could perform at a high level for many years. Subsequent signings like Gareth Bale, Toni Kroos, and James Rodriguez also followed this rule, joining the club at 23 or 24 years old. This lowered the average age of new recruits to under 23, 3 years less than during the first era. Among the stars recruited by Perez in his first term from 2000 to 2006, only Michael Owen was considered young at 24 years old. Others like Ronaldo, Brazilian, were about to turn 26. Zidane was 29, Figo was 27, and David Beckham was 28. Galacticos 1.0 won only 1 Champions League title, while Galacticos 2.0 earned 4 prestigious trophies. Furthermore, players like Ozil and Di Maria helped Real earn significant transfer fees when they moved to other clubs. By the 5th year of his second term, Perez finally achieved the Decima dream with Real, a success marked by Carlo Ancelotti's touch. Since the 2014 Lisbon victory, Perez aimed to open an era of Real Madrid's domination, not just a one-time Champions League win. Real became the first team in the Champions League era to successfully defend their title, and as of now, they remain the only team to do so. The 9-year Galacticos 2.0 era was one of the brightest in Real Madrid's history. They earned countless trophies, which could take a full day to count. Despite impressive statistics, Galacticos 2.0 also had moments of disappointment, especially under coaches like Julen Lopetegui and Solari. Not everyone was as successful as Zidane, and not every superstar shined as brightly as Cristiano Ronaldo. First, let's discuss the costs of building the next Galacticos generation. Real Madrid spent a total of €568 million on 13 new signings at the Bernabeu, with the cheapest being Ozil at just €12 million from Bremen in 2010. The most expensive was Bale, with a transfer fee of €100 million in 2013. This was one of the final pieces for Galacticos 2.0, but it was a critical one, contributing to the team's success. Bale's arrival helped Real Madrid secure the iconic BBC trio, leading to a string of trophies. During the Galacticos 2.0 era from 2009 to 2018, Real Madrid went through a total of 8 head coaches. The shortest reign belonged to Santiago Solari, lasting only 5 months from November 1, 2018 to March 11, 2019, with just 131 days in charge. His predecessor, Lopetegui, nearly became the shortest-serving coach with 137 days. The longest reign in the Galacticos 2.0 era belonged to José Mourinho, who held the position for over 3 years at the Bernabeu. The most successful, undoubtedly, was Zidane. During his first term at Real Madrid, he won 9 major titles, including 3 Champions Leagues, 2 European Super Cups, and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. When you mention Galacticos 2.0, you must mention Cristiano Ronaldo, a foundational piece for Perez to build a new empire in Spain and Europe. As you might know, Ronaldo brought countless accolades to Real Madrid during his 9 years with the club. There's no need to count the trophies and titles, as you could take an entire day to do so. Ronaldo was not just the most successful signing in the Galacticos 2.0 era. He could be considered one of the most successful signings in Real Madrid's history. The second most notable figure in the Galacticos 2.0 era must be Luka Modric. Initially, Modric arrived at Real with high expectations, but he failed to meet them. In fact, the Croatian midfielder was even considered the biggest flop in La Liga in 2012, according to a magazine poll. However, from a disappointing rookie, Modric gradually proved himself and earned a spot in Real Madrid's starting lineup. Now, he is the key link between the two eras, leading the new generation into Bernabeu. It's difficult to pinpoint a specific time that marked the complete collapse of the Galacticos 2.0 era, but if there is one, it would be the summer of 2018. That year, Real Madrid parted ways with Zidane and Ronaldo, marking the beginning of the end for the successful Galacticos 2.0 era. Gradually, the remaining stars left, and even Perez regained significant capital after selling players to other clubs. The breaking point for the Galacticos 2.0 era came on July 10, 2018, when fans received 2 shocking news items at once. Zidane officially announced his departure from the club. His resignation came after Real Madrid had just won their 3rd consecutive Champions League, leaving everyone in shock. Zidane's resignation came at a time when no one expected it. During the press conference, Zidane stated, "The club needs a new direction to continue to conquer new heights, and that's why I decided to leave." Zidane's departure marked the beginning of Real Madrid's downward trajectory. His successors, Lopetegui and Santiago Solari, turned out to be among the least successful coaches in the Galacticos 2.0 era. The 1-5 loss in El Clásico with Piqué holding up 5 fingers seemed to pierce the pride of Madrid's people. Florentino Perez was forced to dismiss Lopetegui. His replacement, Santiago Solari, didn't fare much better. Despite being promoted from the youth team, serving as interim head coach, and then officially taking the Real Madrid head coach position, the Argentine coach couldn't steer the sinking ship at the Bernabeu. That was about the coaches. As for the players, Ronaldo's departure was the initial wave that sparked other departures at the Bernabeu. After a high-profile departure with significant press coverage, CR7 chose Juventus as his new destination with a transfer fee of €100 million. Without discussing the contributions of the Portuguese superstar, Perez had already made a profit from this transfer since he spent only €94 million to acquire Ronaldo from Manchester United. This marked the beginning of the end of the Galacticos 2.0 era. In the following seasons, James Rodriguez left Real after multiple loans to other clubs. He moved to Everton on a free transfer in the summer of 2020. At the same time, Bale returned to London. The decline of the Galacticos 2.0 era was expected, and Florentino Perez had made thorough preparations. He used the funds obtained from the Ronaldo deal to buy Vinicius and Courtois. One is now a key player in Galacticos 3.0, and the other is the #1 goalkeeper for Real Madrid. Together, they helped win another Champions League alongside other remnants like Toni Kroos, Modric, and Benzema. Throughout both of Florentino Perez's terms, the president has not lacked funds to recruit football stars and build the most comprehensive and powerful team. Whether it's Galacticos version 1.0 or version 2.0, both are collections of the world's top stars assembled at Bernabeu, thanks to Perez's willingness to spend. The question is, was Galacticos 2.0 stronger than Galacticos 1.0? In terms of titles won, this version clearly outperforms. But if we compare based on squad quality and individual contributions, is there a difference? First, looking at the goalkeeper position, Keylor Navas was one of the best goalkeepers in the world during the mid-2010s, providing a solid foundation for Real's defense. However, Iker Casillas is considered one of the greatest goalkeepers in history. The year 2003 marked the peak of the Spanish goalkeeper's career. On the bench, Cesar in 2003 was a more reliable backup than Casillas. In the center-back position was where Galacticos 1.0 was most vulnerable when facing other teams. When Fernando Hierro left Real in 2003, this generation was left with a mediocre center-back duo of Pavon and Helguera. Galacticos 2.0 saw Perez correct this with the pairing of Ramos and Pepe. Additionally, on the bench, Real had the excellent Varane. In the fullback position, Roberto Carlos is one of the greatest left-backs in history, and Marcelo is his worthy successor. On the right side, Salgado wasn't as prominent and often made mistakes, while Carvajal has gained more trust and is currently one of Europe's top right-backs. The midfield of Galacticos 1.0 was somewhat unbalanced, with David Beckham and Esteban Cambiaso playing in central midfield, while the attacking midfielders were Luis Figo and Zidane. Overall, this is one of the most outstanding pairs of attacking midfielders in football history. The midfield of Galacticos 2.0 leaned more towards defense and ball control, with Casemiro playing in the anchor role, with Modric and Kroos ahead. If Perez had not dismissed Makelele in the summer of 2003, the midfield of Galacticos 1.0 might have been more comprehensive and exciting. The year 2003 marked the decline of Raul. In the 2003-2004 season, Raul scored only 11 goals in 35 La Liga appearances, failing to reach the 20-goal mark for the first time since 1997-1998. The Brazilian Ronaldo, although maintaining his goal-scoring instincts, was far from his late 1990s form. Galacticos 2.0 had a more evenly balanced and destructive attack with the BBC trio, where Bale had a broader role, Benzema supported the attack, and Cristiano Ronaldo was the primary scorer. This trio helped Real Madrid win a total of 13 major titles, including 3 Champions League, 3 UEFA Super Cups, 3 FIFA Club World Cups, 1 Spanish Super Cup, 1 Copa del Rey, and 1 La Liga title. They helped the Bernabeu team win 201 out of 293 matches, with 13 of those featuring all 3 scoring. In summary, if you consider each position, Galacticos 2.0 appears slightly better than version 1.0. Indeed, building these generations of Galacticos from 1.0 to 2.0 required considerable effort and financial investment from President Florentino Perez and his associates. Not only did they bring success to the Spanish royal team, but they also solidified their irreplaceable position on the football world map. When Real Madrid is mentioned, regardless of the era, opponents must be extremely cautious.